1.7 kVR you got it. 1.7 बोलो you'll get 2 kVR, I think so you'll get in the market this time.
बट आपने सर उसमें बताया था कि 5 kVR से स्टार्ट होता है कैपेसिटर, कितने से स्टार्ट
2
होता है?
kVR 2 kVR is also available I think so this time, but in all the companies it is not available. 2 kVR capacitor पाहिजे.
But in the notes you mentioned starting from 5
I
kVA, sir.
mentioned yes. But that is the
Yes, sir.
maximum locations I think I tried. Okay, but even 2 kVR also will get it up in the market.
Okay.
Okay. See this one, 2 kVR, 440 volts, 3 phase, 1390 rupees. SC.com का लोगो. Okay. Any more questions?
Okay.
सर
Okay.
हेलो
हाँ विनायक बोलो.
सर, 5 HP का आपका नोट करो किलो वॉट्स में, तो सिंगल फेज होते हैं ना, 4 किलोवाट आता है ना आंसर, वो सिंगल फेज हो गया ना मोटर?
नहीं 5 HP अपन को 3 phase का मोटर ही मिलेगा. In
हाँ
terms of
मिलेगा,
HP
लेकिन
also I told you another condition ना. In terms of HP I told you another condition that up to 5
ओके
HP 5 HP से जो भी कम है सिंगल फेज मिलेंगे, 5 HP से जो भी है that all will get 3 phase.
ओके थैंक यू.
Okay. Now let us go with the next topic. So up to the last class I told you about how to do the calculations of the total load, performing the total load balancing sheets, okay, and calculating for G+2. Okay, so there are few people who didn't done, so please try to complete your task. Like Sampath, what about Sampath? Have you completed?
No sir, I have not completed actually. सर मेरा एक ये डाउट था सर, हम लोग जो जैसे लोड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं पर प्लॉट पे, तो उसमें 3 फेज दे रहे हैं सर, तो एनर्जी मीटर 3 फेज ही लगाएंगे ना उसमें?
हाँ पक्का 3 फेज एनर्जी मीटर रहेगा ना आपको. सी
हाँ
ये
सर,
बिल्डिंग है, बिल्डिंग को पक्का आपको ट्रांसफार्मर आएगा, ट्रांसफार्मर तो 3 फेज सप्लाई रहेगा. तो जब आपको 3
नहीं
फेज
सर, जो
सप्लाई जा रहा
वो तो 3 फेज 3, वो तो मेन एनर्जी मीटर जो 3 फेज ही रहेगा, बाकी पर प्लॉट को जो देंगे, मान लीजिए
है 3
एक
फेज ही
फ्लोर में
लगेगा.
4 प्लॉट है.
3 फेज ही लगेगा.
हाँ
अगर
हाँ
आप
सर, और
छोटा
वो
सा
सब
इंडिपेंडेंट हाउस है इट्स ओके, बट यहाँ पर हाईराइज बिल्डिंग है तो पक्का हर फ्लैट को अपन 3 फेज सप्लाई देना. नहीं सर 3 फेज सप्लाई
हाँ
नहीं देना,
सर.
लोड बहुत कम है, लाइक 1 BHK फ्लैट है, लोड कम है, तो आप सिंगल फेज दोगे तो
जी
आपको सिंगल फेज में क्या फिर RYB को बैलेंस करना है. जब आप सिंगल फेज दे रहे तो
जी
एक फ्लैट को एक R फेज दे रहे, एक फ्लैट को Y फेज देना है, एक फ्लैट को B फेज देना है, वैसा करना है. जब
जी 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 सर. अरे एनर्जी मीटर सब प्लेस ग्राउंड फ्लोर पे ही करना है क्या सर?
हाँ ग्राउंड फ्लोर में रहेगा पूरा एनर्जी मीटर, एवरीथिंग विल बी इन द ग्राउंड फ्लोर.
ठीक.
Okay, others complete your total assignment. Okay, now let us go with the next topic. Now the now topic is, now up to the last class we know how to calculate the load of DB, we know how to calculate the load of SMDB, we know how to calculate the load of MDB. So we got the total MDB load now. Now based upon this MDB load we need to calculate the next topic called as a transformer size calculation. Based upon this load we need to calculate the transformer size calculation. Now what is the objective of this session? Objective this, now what is it we are going to do? Transformer size calculation. Now in the objective we are going to study about the types of loads, step-by-step calculation for the total connected load and checking of the transformer. Okay, now I'm just taking an example, so guys here, but when you are doing the reality, whatever the MDB load is, that MDB load has to be taken and we need to do the transformer calculation. But यहाँ पर मैंने एक example लिया, lighting load is 200. Yesterday in the last class G+2 का दिया था मैंने आपको, पूरा DBs ऐड करोगे तो SMDB आएंगे, SMDB सारे ऐड करोगे तो MDB आएंगे, MDB के हिसाब से अपन को ट्रांसफॉर्मर कैलकुलेशन करना है. Okay, for any building. But I'm just taking an example for doing my transformer calculation, assuming that for this building the lighting load is 200 kilowatt, the power load is 75 kilowatt, HVAC load is 750 kilowatt, plumbing load is 120 kilowatt, and the lift load is 45 kilowatt. Assuming these are my loads, lighting load is 200, power load is 75, HVAC load is 750, plumbing load is 120 kilowatt, and lift load is 45 kilowatt. Just assume that these are my loads for the building. Okay, these are the total loads for the building. Now we need to calculate the transformer size for this total building. Okay, this is my total load, connected load for the building, that is your MDB load, which consists of lighting load of 200 kilowatt, power load which is of 75 kilowatt, HVAC load which is of 750 kilowatt, plumbing load which is of 120 kilowatt, and the lift load which is 45 kilowatt. This is the total load. Now we need to calculate the transformer size. Now to calculate the transformer size, there are 12 steps of calculation for defining the transformer size. The step 1, what is step 1? calculate the total connected load. What is total connected load? Total connected load is equal to lighting load plus power load plus HVAC load plus MDB load plus lift load. That is your MDB load. Okay. Plumbing load plus lift load, that is total is nothing but your MDB load. Now when adding up that total, step 1, calculate the total connected load, that is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That is 200 plus 75 plus 750 plus 120 plus 45. Adding up the total, we got the total load is 1190 is the total kilowatt load. Step 1, adding up the total load. When I add up the total load, I got the total load is 1190 kilowatt is the total load. Now step 2. What is step 2? Add 10% extra for the future expansion purpose. We are adding 10% extra for the future expansion purpose. Now, what is this 10% extra for the future expansion purpose? In the future, the load may get increased. Agar future mein agar thoda load badega, in the future the load may get increased. Why? Because suppose you are putting some penthouse, okay, or as I had given space circuit breakers that may be get loaded, or so considering all the parameter, we are providing 10% extra for the future expansion purpose. Okay, because in future if some 1 or 2 kilowatt or 5 kilowatt load has been changed, you can't replace the existing transformer. Okay, because no one is going to purchase the transformer in second hand. So that is the reason whenever you're planning it for present, plan according to your future requirement also. So that is the reason. Step 2, add 10% extra for the future expansion purpose, that is 1190 plus 10% of 1190, that is equal to 1309 kilowatt is the total load. Okay. Now step 3. What is step 3? Calculate the maximum demand based upon the demand factor of the building. The step 3 is nothing but what is calculate the maximum demand, MD, maximum demand based upon the demand factor of the building. Now what is this demand factor? Demand factor is defined as sum of maximum demand by total connected load. Okay, ये demand factor का मतलब क्या है? Example guys, when you're going to the flat, in a kitchen we are providing some 4 to 6 power sockets. Now are we using this 4 to 6 power socket 24/7?
No, sir.
Yeah, no, because all
No.
the power sockets will not be used in 24/7. You are provided, but it doesn't mean that every socket has to be utilized 24/7. Maybe only one power socket may be used, or 2 power socket, or in the rooms we got the number of lights. We are not using that 24/7. We are going to with AC also. Considering all these parameters, what is demand factor? Demand factor is something defined as sum of connected load to the maximum load which you had provided. Sum of the maximum used, that is maximum demand, divided by total connected load which you had provided is called demand factor. So for this, considering all the things, lighting, power, generally people give separate load factor for lighting, separate power, separate. Average of all these things for residential building, the total demand factor we take as in 60%. For commercial building, we take the demand factor as in 80%, and for industrial, we take the demand factor as in 100%. Why? So what is this 60%, 80%, 100% means? Residential building mein the load utilization is very less. So we are taking the demand factor as in 60% of the total load is utilized. But when it comes to a commercial, the demand factor is given as an 80%. Now what is this 80%? Out of your total building load which is connected, in that 80% of the load is mostly used, and 20% is not being used. Okay. And for industrial, what happened? 24/7 every equipment has to be worked. 24 घंटे शिफ्ट बेसिस में सारे इक्विपमेंट काम चलेंगे. तो फॉर इंडस्ट्री वी टेक द डिमांड फैक्टर एज 100%, फॉर रेजिडेंशियल वी टेक 60%, फॉर कमर्शियल वी टेक 80%, फॉर इंडस्ट्रियल वी टेक 100%. So example which I was telling, in kitchen we have 4 to 6 power sockets, but we are not using all the power socket at once. So in industry we have 100% utilization because we have a rotational shift. So that is the reason in industry we are taking 100%. So now considering all this parameter, residential 60%, commercial 80%, industrial as in 100%. So now when I see here, what is the total connected load? 1309 is the total load. Now in this, all the total load is not utilized on 24/7. So now as assume that is a commercial building. Why? Because we have an HVAC load, centralized air conditioning HVAC load. So I am just assuming that it's a commercial building. Now when I took this as in a commercial building, what is the demand factor for commercial building? 80%. So 1309 ka 80%, the load is 1047.2 kilowatt. This is the MD. Maximum demand is nothing but 1047.2 kilowatt is the maximum demand. Okay. Now step 4. Now what is step 4? Calculate the KVA required based on the power factor. We need to calculate the KVA required based upon the power factor. Now when you calculate the KVA required based upon the power factor, KVA is equal to KW by power factor. KVA is equal to KW by power factor. We know the formula. KVA is nothing but equal to KW by power factor. That is equal to KW is 1047.2, which you got. Power factor is always default power factor, which is 0.8. So when we calculated the KVA, we got 1309 KVA. तो ये पूरा बिल्डिंग लोड को मुझे पावर देना है, तो कितने से इसका ट्रांसफार्मर लगाना है? 1309 KVA. बट we know that any transformer will not give any 100% efficiency. जो भी transformer है will not going to give any 100% efficiency. So considering the derating factor of the transformer. So what is the derating factor of the transformer? We know that the derating factor of the transformer is efficiency of the UPS. Efficiency of the transformer is 90%. So calculate, because अभी मैं ये 1309 KVA लगाया तो मुझे exactly 1309 KVA चाहिए, बट मुझे पता है कि every equipment will not give any 100% efficiency. So considering the losses which has been produced by the transformer, we need to calculate what is the maximum KVA that can meet your total demand. So now step 5, calculate the maximum KVA based upon the derating factor of the transformer. Considering the derating factor, we have a proposal is KVA is equal to KVA divided by derating factor of the transformer. So what is the KVA value? 1309 KVA is the total KVA divided by the derating factor of the transformer is 90%, that is 0.9. When I calculated the transformer size is, we got as 1454.4 kVA is the transformer size we require. So total building load को power देना है तो मुझे कितने से इसका ट्रांसफॉर्मर चाहिए? 1454.4 kVA transformers required. But is it 1454.4 is available? No. We have directly 1250 and 1500 kVA is a transformer. These are the maximum availability sizes of the transformer in all the company. Okay, we may have apart from this also. Okay, some company we have 350, 320, like 340, like kVA is there. But as I'm telling you, these are the maximum which is available with all the companies. Now, what is the size? We got 1454.4. So we need to take the approximate sizes. What 1500 kVA is the transformer size available in the market. Now, how do we decide what is the point of supply that has to be taken for this building, for this load? So what is the condition is given? If your transformer size is up to 1500 kVA, but अगर आपका transformer size 1500 kVA तक रहेगा, so we need to take the supply from level kV point of supply. Okay, if your transformer size is up to 1500 kVA, we need to take the supply from level kV. If your transformer size is from 1500 to 3000 kVA, we need to take the supply from 33 kV point of supply. If your transformer size is more than 3000 kV up to 5000 kV and above, we need to take the supply from 66 or 132 kV supply line. Okay, so now what is the final proposed transformer size for this building? For this building, the proposed transformer is 1500 kVA. Now till now what we have done, we just proposed the transformer. यहाँ तक अपन क्या किया, उस बिल्डिंग के लोड को मीट करने के लिए मुझे कितने से इसका ट्रांसफार्मर लगा दिया. That is proposal has been done. Now I need to check whether my transformer will able to withstand that load in practicality or not. So first 5 steps is what is that we are doing? Adding up the total load, taking 10% extra for the future expansion purpose, calculating the maximum demand based upon the demand factor of the building. 4th is calculate the kVA required based on the power factor, and 5th is calculate the maximum kVA required based upon the derating factor of the transformer. Considering all this, we got the transformer size is 1500 kVA. Now 1500 kVA means what should be the point of supply? Level kV should be the point of supply, because up to the transformer size up to 1500 kVA, we need to take the supply from level kV point of supply as in primary. Okay, secondary, we are stepping down it to 415 or 3.3 or 6.6 based upon your requirement. Okay, but secondary we are reducing it to 415 voltage for my building. So now I got the transformer size is 1500 kVA. Now I need to check whether my proposed transformer is correct or not, whether it's going to withstand that load or not. So next is we are going to do the checking of transformer. Now first of all, why we need to do the checking of the transformer? All the loads has been taken. सारे लोड्स तो ले लिया अपन, सारे लोड्स लिया है, 10% एक्स्ट्रा लिया है, पावर फैक्टर के हिसाब से लिया है, एफिशिएंसी के हिसाब से लिया, मैक्सिमम डिमांड, एवरीथिंग इज डन. Now we are done, we got and 1500 kVA. But the question is why we are checking the transformer up to here? We are done is 1500 kVA is proposed. But why we are checking? Anyone? Why do we do the checking of the transformer here? Yes?
हो सर.
Oh no,
Okay.
sir.
Now, see, when you're going to with the checking of the transformer, here in my given loads, there are few drawbacks. What are the drawbacks, guys? Motors. Okay, we have a motors. Now, what is the drawback of motor? Motor, the drawback is at the time of starting they take high power. Any motor at the time of starting they takes high power. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Motor का drawback क्या है? If it's a DC motor, we don't have any drawback. But if it's an AC, purely squirrel cage induction motor, we have a drawback that any motor which is starting at the time of starting, it takes high power at the time of starting. रनिंग में कुछ भी नहीं लेगा, रनिंग में जितना भी चाहिए उतना ही लेगा, बट इंडक्शन मोटर में, डीसी मोटर में वी डोंट हैव ड्रॉबैक. In AC motor, that too pure squirrel cage induction motor, we have a drawback that any three-phase induction motor, when it is starting, it takes high power at the time of starting. Like example, I'll tell you, when you take an AC, जब आप AC ले रहे हैं, when you taking an AC जब start करेंगे, so suppose if it is 1 ton AC, suppose example, if it is 1 ton AC, what is the power consumption? 1400 watts. 1400 watts का बोले तो 1.4 kilowatt. 1.4 kilowatt means it actually has to take the current of 7 to 9 amps. Okay, 7 to 9 amps it has to be take. But when you are switching on the AC, okay, initially it will take very lesser ampere, because पहले क्या होगा, आपका ब्लोअर फैन चालू होगा तो सेंसर पहले रूम टेम्परेचर को सेंस करेगा, एंड वॉट एवर द टेम्परेचर विच यू हैड सेट, इफ बोथ आर नॉट मैचिंग, देन कंप्रेसर ऑन करेगा. तो कंप्रेसर इन इट्स अ मोटर, सो जब कंप्रेसर ऑन करेंगे, it will take around 12 to 13 amps. It will take around 12 to 13 amps. Okay, for the first 10 seconds or even 30 seconds it will take, okay, or least let us take 1 minute. So when its motor is starting, compressor is switching on, it will take around 12 to 13 amps. But after that, once the moment compressor switch on, after 30-40 seconds, whatever the full load current it has to be taken, that is 7 to 9 amps, it will take that much current only. But at the time of starting, it takes high power at the time of starting. Yes or no? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
you just check it up. आपके घर में अगर ट्रांसफॉर्म एसी है, मल्टीमीटर, क्लैम्प मीटर ले लो, क्लैम्प मीटर का क्लैम्प ओपन करके फेस में लगा, फेस का उसमें लगा के चेक करो. यू नो क्लैम्प मीटर, राइट? Which have a clamp.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when you open the clamp and when you put the current carrying conductor, phase conductor को लगाना है, neutral conductor नहीं लगाना है, because neutral is not a current carrying conductor. When you put the phase conductor through that clamp and when you put in a current position, it will show you what is the starting current. At the time when it's starting, it will take some 1 amps or 2 amps, because only the blower fan is switched on where the current is less. But the moment जब आपका सेंसर रीड करेगा रूम टेम्परेचर और आपका सेट टेम्परेचर को रीच करके कंप्रेसर को ऑन हो रहा है, तो जब कंप्रेसर ऑन होगा, इट विल टेक अराउंड 12 to 13 amps, and once after 30 or 40 seconds it will start taking the normal current, that is 7 to 9 amps. The reason is any induction motor will take high current at the time of starting. So now in your motors also, in your category here also, we have a types of loads. Lighting load is not an inductive load, power load is not an inductive load. HVAC load, you'll have this is centralized air conditioning. Okay, now purely squirrel cage induction motor is nothing but your plumbing load. Why? Lift load, they might be using a DC motor, but in your given loads, the purely squirrel cage induction motor is nothing but your water motor and a firefighting motor. Water motor and a firefighting motor. So now when you're going to check the conditions, we need to check based upon the mostly used plumbing load only, because in the plumbing the mostly loads are nothing but purely squirrel cage induction motor. Now we need to calculate based upon this plumbing load whether my transformer, whatever the 1500 kVA transformer जो मैंने लगाया, whether this 1500 kVA transformer is going to withstand that much of power or not. Okay, so now why we need to do the checking of the transformer? We are doing the checking of the transformer to see that whether my proposed transformer will able to withstand the extra power or the starting power by the taken by the motor or not. जो भी मैंने transformer लगा रहा हूँ, that will able to withstand that extra power or the starting power taken by the motor or not. So to do this, we need to check based upon the highest utilized motor, and that too purely squirrel cage induction motor. So in the given motor, we have that such kind of purely squirrel cage induction motor is your water motor, which is given as an 120 kilowatt. Whereas the lift motor, they use DC motor as well as they employ VFD, variable frequency drive per lift, which reducing taking the high power at the time of starting. So mostly used motor is nothing but your water motor. Okay. Now in this water motor, let us do the checking whether my transformer will able to withstand that high starting current taken by the motor or not. Okay. That is your water motor, which is 120 kilowatt. Okay. Now you might tell, sir, why did you taking firefighting? If suppose firefighting is also there, but firefighting motors are not used on 24/7. Whenever there is a fire accident occur, then only you are using it up. So now I'm going to check purely water motor, which has to be switched on daily basis. So I'm taking an example, 120 kilowatt is my total motor. But in reality, you will not have 120 kilowatt. Why? Because they will be giving working motor separate, standby motor separate. So when you're doing the checking, we need to check based upon the working motor only, not standby motor. Now I got 120 kilowatt. So consider the highest rating of the motor is 120 kilowatt. Now calculate the kVA required to drive the motor. अभी क्या करेंगे? पहले ये 120 किलोवाट 120 किलोवाट मोटर को चलाना है, तो मुझे एग्जैक्ट केवीए कितना चाहिए, व्हाट इज द एग्जैक्ट केवीए रिक्वायर्ड, दैट इज योर रनिंग केवीए। रनिंग केवीए कितना चाहिए, लेट अस कैलकुलेट। सो calculate the highest rating of the motor for 120 kilowatt. Consider the highest rating of the motor is 120 kilowatt. Calculate the kVA required to drive this motor based upon the power factor. अभी ये मोटर को चलाने के लिए मुझे कितने से इसका kVA चाहिए, let us calculate. kVA is equal to kW by power factor. So 120 divided by 0.8, we got how much, 150 kVA. तो इसका मतलब क्या है, मुझे अभी ट्रांसफार्मर का साइज आ गया 150 kVA का ट्रांसफार्मर साइज आ गया। आई गॉट द kVA as in 150 kVA as in transformer size. Okay, now even the transformer, now even we need to consider the derating factor of the transformer, na? Okay, considering the, now calculate the maximum kVA required to drive the motor based upon the derating factor of the transformer. So what I done now, I calculated the maximum running kVA required by the transformer to run the motor by considering the derating factor of the transformer. So kVA is equal to kVA divided by derating factor, that is equal to how much we got here, 150 divided by 0.9, we got as in 166.66 kVA. इसका मतलब क्या है, the running kVA required to drive this 120 kilowatt motor, the maximum running kVA required to drive this 120 kilowatt motor is how much, 166.66 kVA is required. How we calculated, first we consider based upon the power factor, second we consider based upon the efficiency of the transformer, we got 166.66 kVA. Which kVA is this? This is called running kVA, but starting, at the time of starting, it will take high power, yes or no?
यस सर, इसलिए सर
Okay.
स्टार्टर यूज करना पड़ेगा सर।
आप स्टार्टर भी लगाओ, इट विल टेक हाई करंट एट द टाइम ऑफ स्टार्टिंग। ओके, अपन स्टार्टर क्यों लगा रहे, टू रिड्यूस द स्टार्टिंग करंट के लिए लगा रहे, बट इवन दो यू आर पुटिंग, वी नीड टू कंसीडर द मैक्सिमम स्टार्टिंग करंट एंड वी नीड टू कैलकुलेट द केवीए। ओके, now when you're going with this one, okay, when you're going with the maximum, अभी वो मोटर कितना मैक्सिमम केवीए लेगा, what is the kVA which is taken by that motor, now we will see. Now when you're going with this one, we have a theory of transformer, generator, UPS and motor. Guys, I'll do one thing, okay, see, I'll share you the theory of this links. जो भी ये ट्रांसफॉर्मर, जनरेटर, यूपीएस, मोटर्स है, उसका मेरा प्योर रिकॉर्डिंग है। ओके, जस्ट अ मिनट, विल शो यू।
सर एक क्वेश्चन था,
हाँ बोलो।
जैसे इंडस्ट्रियल में बोला आपने, वो रेसिडेंशियल में 0.6, कमर्शियल में 0.8 और इंडस्ट्रियल में 1। अगर वो फैक्ट्री ऐसा कंटिन्यूस शिफ्ट में नहीं है, रोटेटिंग शिफ्ट में नहीं है, तो फिर क्या उसको कम ले सकते हैं?
हाँ, if it's a non-rotational shift, then you can take around 80 to 90%. 90% you can take it up, but if it's a rotational shift, you need to take 100%. If it's a non-rotational
Sir,
shift, you
PDF
can take around 90%. Okay. Now यहाँ पर देखो, guys, I have a video of transformers.
Welcome all. In this, now today we are going to study about the chapter 4.1.a,
ट्रांसफॉर्मर का रिकॉर्डिंग है ने मेरे पास, मैंने पूरा ट्रांसफॉर्मर एक्सप्रेशन किया है,
which is
उसका
immersed
पूरा
inside that, so
recording है,
that
each and everything I had explained
transformer
about the
tank.
parts of transformer. Okay, the same way we have a कोर कंजर्वेटर टैंक बोल तो क्या है, बुच्चोल्स के लिए बोल तो क्या है, ओके, सिलिकॉन जेल, वाटर
transformer oil temperature is going up and
like you
to
see,
this type of
each
cooling
and everything, types of
transformer.
transformer, oil,
The
natural,
purpose
natural current transformer,
measure the
CP के
current
बारे में,
which is flowing through this
okay, what is
conductor. We
CP
need to
and how
pass
it works.
in the
Okay,
market
and
will
what is the
have
current carrying capacity
an
and
error
how do we
upon
select
the
the CP?
continuous use. On your
Okay, the same way ट्रांसफॉर्मर भी है, जनरेटर के
Welcome
बारे
all.
में भी पूरा मैंने
So,
explain
in the
किया है,
DC general
generator everything had explained
helps to
clearly.
charge
How do we install
of
the
the force
generator?
and
Okay, on what principle
50
it
kilowatt
works,
because the power factor is
types of
as well as
generator,
an is creating any noise,
as per
that
CPCB,
acoustic
Central
and
Pollution Control Board,
the
what are
water
the standard installation
should not
heights?
get exploded. The radiator should not get.
Okay, the next is motors. Okay, UPS. UPS के बारे में पूरा
So in the
explain
last,
किया है मैंने.
so as you can see in the image, the
सर पीडीएफ नहीं मिलेगा सर,
off,
क्या?
on and off. So what is the abnormal condition?
पीडीएफ फाइल नहीं मिलेगा सर इसका,
PDF
Notes
नहीं,
का
अब
PDF फाइल।
सेम अभी मैंने उसका नोट्स मिलेगा, वो नोट्स दूंगा. ओके, वो नोट्स दूंगा और उसके साथ ही साथ ये वीडियोस में ही आपको लिंक में अभी जेली डिंक लिंक है उसमें अपलोड करूंगा. आप यू वॉच दिस थ्योरी ऑफ ट्रांसफार्मर, जनरेटर, यूपीएस एंड मोटर. एवरीथिंग इज एक्सप्लेन क्लियरली विद द वीडियो. ओके, एंड ऑन वन डे विल डू वन रिवीजन ऑफ द टोटल थ्योरी पार्ट. हमें क्लियर?
यस
Okay, everything UPS का पूरा how it works, what are the different
Doing
types
the
of
maintenance of
UPS
the battery, we
batteries.
call as in shield
Okay, then next is
maintenance
motors.
battery, and these are called as in shield.
Yeah, motors के बारे में
In the electrical load summarization, motor, the term represents this load characteristics. The torque is constant, position is in 1, the entire speed, full load current, extra, and D takes 4 to
Okay, everything I explained. Now here I want to explain one thing. You can see motors are classified into 4 types: A, B, C, D.
6 times extra power at the time of
Okay, I'll explain that.
also 3 phase.
But you
Now
can
when
see
you're going with the
starters
delta,
also
IL is equal to root 3 flickers that you
starters also had
9
explained
hour
clearly.
in a high speed. If you're going with a soft starter, has to be
and
used
where to
about
use
to
this kind of
about to
starter.
from a level kV
And the
point of
voltage
supply.
selection
This is
for
very
all
much
the
important.
So this videos I'll upload in the drive. Okay, the link which I had shared the link na on that, in that link only I'll upload it up. आप एक बार पूरा वीडियो सुनो. Okay, transformer, generator, UPS and motors का. Then on one day we'll do the total revision of all the theory ones. Yes or no? Am I clear?
यस यस सर, तो थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा ये.
हाँ, do it up. Okay, at the last day we'll do the revision of that theory. Okay. Now, when it comes to here, I want to tell you one point. What is that I told you? That motor will take high power at the time of starting. So, who had given that certain standard taking that this much of high power is? There is a department called NEMA, National Electrical Manufacturing Association, has stated a starting current taken, high current taken by the motor. So, NEMA has classified the motor into 4 types. NEMA has classified the motor into 4 types: A, B, C, D. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D. Okay, NEMA ने क्या किया? Motors has been classified into 4 different category: Class A, Class B, Class C, and Class D. Okay, now what is this Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D is saying? Now Class A motor, this type of motor will take around 3 to 4 times extra, 3 to 4 times extra at the time of starting. Okay, this type of motor will draw around 3 to 4 times extra power at the time of starting. Class B, this type of motor will draw around 4 to 6 times extra at the time of starting. Okay, extra at the time of starting. Class C, okay, Class C,
सर उसमें ट्रांसफार्मर का भी दिया है क्या डिटेल्स, मतलब लाइक
हाँ,
कौन
हाँ.
सा ओएलटी ट्रांसफार्मर क्या है? और
yes, is there.
क्योंकि एक मेरी करंट साइट है तो उसमें क्लाइंट का रिक्वायरमेंट बोले ओएलटी से
क्या
ट्रांसफार्मर
बोला?
क्या लगाना, ओएलटी से ट्रांसफार्मर क्या बेटर रहेगा लगाना, या अपन नॉर्मल पे भी जा सकते हैं?
OLTC.
हाँ
OLTC is an on-load tap changer.
हाँ
On-load tap changer is an external equipment. It not depends upon the transformer. OLTC कहीं के लिए लगा रहे हैं? OLTC कहीं के लिए OLTC इसके लिए लगाते हैं कि आपका जो वोल्टेज है 415 आ रहा है, तो आपको वोल्टेज बढ़ाना है, सेकेंडरी वोल्टेज में बढ़ाना है, तो we need to provide an OLTC, on load tap changer, plus or minus 10% रहेगा. यानी कि if you want to increase the voltage, suppose you are getting only 400 voltage to the transformer input primary itself, you are getting 400 voltage. Okay, transformer secondary you are getting 400 voltage. But if you give 400 voltage to the high-rise building, still you have a more voltage drop, right? So that is the reason what we do. We are at the secondary of the transformer terminals के पास अपन OLTC लगाएंगे, on load tap changer. वो क्या कर रहा है बोले तो उसमें वाइंडिंग्स रहते हैं. ऑन लोड टैप चेंजर एक छोटा सा ट्रांसफॉर्मर रहता, यू विल हैव अ वाइंडिंग्स, यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स. व्हाई? बिकॉज़ वी नो दैट व्हेन द नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स इंक्रीजेस द वोल्टेज इंक्रीजेस. सो प्लस और माइनस 10% रहेगा. इफ यू आर वोल्टेज इज 400, यू वांट टू इंक्रीज सर्टेन वैल्यू, तो विल पुट फर्स्ट प्लस 5% मींस 400 प्लस 5%. ओके, यानी कि 420 आएगा. देन स्टिल इफ यू वांट टू इंक्रीज, देन यू कैन पुट मैक्सिमम टू अ वैल्यू ऑफ प्लस 10. अभी वोल्टेज ज्यादा आ रहा है, सेकेंडरी वोल्टेज ज्यादा आ रहा है, बट अगर वो वोल्टेज आप दोगे तो इक्विपमेंट डैमेज होगा. तो इफ यू वांट टू रिड्यूस द वोल्टेज सेकेंडरी वोल्टेज, देन वी रिड्यूस द नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स इन द सेकेंडरी बाय -5 -10. दैट इज, it's an external part that has to be connected to the transformer, but it not comes to the inbuilt of the transformer.
ओके.
Okay,
तो इसमें वो वोल्टेज को कम होता तो बढ़ता है तो कम भी करता है और बढ़ता है तो कम भी करता
बढ़ता
है.
है. प्लस और माइनस 10% ही मिलता है, उससे ज्यादा नहीं मिलता है अपन को. ओके,
तो ये बेनिफिशियल है, मतलब क्लाइंट को सजेस्ट करना चाहिए.
अगर आपका साइट कंडीशन में वोल्टेज कितना आ रहा है उसके हिसाब से बेनिफिशियल है. आपका साइट वोल्टेज, साइट कंडीशन
अगर ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो,
वोल्टेज है, इनपुट वोल्टेज सही है और आप आउटपुट वोल्टेज सही नहीं आ रहा है. सी सपोज एग्जांपल, व्हाट आई टेल यू इज द ट्रांसफार्मर लाइफ इज वेरी ह्यूज. ओके, मींस इट्स अ ओल्ड ट्रांसफार्मर. ओके, you have a more losses. First thing. Second thing you are getting at the secondary at the, because input का voltage भी कम आ रहा है, तो secondary you are getting 410 415 you are getting, but the client government projects रहेंगे तो वो बोलेंगे नहीं मुझे 440 constant voltage चाहिए. तो जब क्या करेंगे अपन? Okay, understand my point. Now suppose there is a transmission line है, there is a transmission line, okay, and the end part of the transmission line you are here now. All the people's transmission lines are connected here. Okay, a lot of people are connected here, and now you are at the end point. You are at the end point.
Okay.
You are at the end point. So what happens? Obviously, you'll have a losses now here. So when you are having a losses, now when you see the secondary of the transformer, you are getting only 410 voltage or 415. As per the IEC standard, 400 plus or minus 10% is accepted. But at the transformer, it's not accepted. To the higher building corner, it is accepted. Now you are getting 410 voltage. But from this again we need to connect it to MDB, MDB से SMDB, SMDB से DB, DB से light switchboard, switchboard से points. So when you are supplying it, the voltage drop may happens, right?
Okay.
Okay, so अभी and it's a very huge distance and here only आपको 400 voltage आ रहा है तो it's not accepted. तो अभी अपन क्या कर सकते हैं? दूसरा ट्रांसफार्मर भी लगो, वही प्रॉब्लम है. ट्रांसमिशन लाइन को नहीं चेंज कर सकते बिकॉज आपके लिए तो सेपरेट ट्रांसमिशन लाइन तो नहीं डालेगा वो.
नहीं.
तो उसी के लिए अपन क्या कर रहे हैं? सेकेंडरी ऑफ द ट्रांसफॉर्मर वी आर गोइंग टू पुट एन OLTC, सेपरेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट परचेस करना है, ऑन लोड टैप चेंजर, वेयर यू कैन, वेयर यू विल गेट प्लस और माइनस 10% यू कैन इंक्रीज प्लस 10%, यानी कि 400 प्लस 10%, वेयर यू कैन गेट मैक्सिमम आउटपुट वोल्टेज इज 440 तक आप बढ़ा सकते हैं. तो जब क्या होगा, ये 440 से जब एटलीस्ट यहां तक तो भी आ रहा है, यू विल गेट सम 420 425 430 यू विल गेट अप.
ओके. तो ये तो ट्रांसफार्मर के पास लगेगा ना सर?
ट्रांसफार्मर के सेकेंडरी वाइंडिंग को अटैच करके लगाते हैं.
तो वो ये फिर ये बाकी जो स्टेप्स है तो उनको भी उसका बेनिफिट मिलेगा
100%. ओके. या
और अगर अपन नया मतलब प्रोजेक्ट्स में अपन इंस्टॉल ही कर रहे हैं और फर्स्ट मतलब यूजर ही अपन है और कोई यूज नहीं कर रहा ट्रांसफार्मर का, तो फिर कोई यूज ही नहीं,
बिकॉज़ यू विल गेट अ मैक्सिमम वोल्टेज एट दैट पॉइंट.
ओके, क्योंकि मिल ही रहा है ना, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी ये एक ही कंज्यूमर यूज कनेक्टेड है. ओके सर, थैंक यू.
ओके, तो उसके लिए अपन कभी भी पहले सजेस्ट नहीं करना है. पहले अपन को साइट कंडीशन में ट्रांसफार्मर इंस्टॉलेशन करने के बाद में चेकिंग ऑन द वोल्टेज, और बिफोर इंस्टॉलेशन तो नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज ट्रांसफार्मर लगाने के बाद में ओनली वी कैन चेक ना. तो ट्रांसफार्मर लगाने के बाद में बेस्ड अपॉन द सेकेंडरी वोल्टेज व्हिच आर गेटिंग एट द ट्रांसफार्मर. ओके, बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग अ ट्रांसफार्मर विल डू सर्टेन टेस्ट ना, फुल लोड टेस्ट, नो लोड टेस्ट, स्विंग बर्न टेस्ट, राइट. सो वो टेस्ट करने के बाद में बोलते हैं वो लोग वेदर द सेकेंडरी टर्मिनल्स वोल्टेज चेक करने के बाद में इफ द वोल्टेज एट सेकेंडरी टर्मिनल्स इज वेरी लेस लाइक व्हिच इज 400 or 410, then they will suggest you, we need to suggest as a designer, we need to suggest to go with a OLTC, on load tap changer, which is attached to the secondary terminal of the transformer. Okay, now coming to the point here. So when you see the drawback of the motor, what is the drawback of the motor? कि मोटर स्टार्टिंग के टाइम में अधिक पुनः लेगा. ओके सो उसके हिसाब से नीमा नेशनल इलेक्ट्रिकल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एसोसिएशन ने क्या किया, मोटर्स को 4 डिफरेंट टाइप्स में क्लासिफाई किया. मोटर्स हैज बीन क्लासिफाइड इनटू 4 टाइप्स, क्लास ए, class B, class C and class D. Okay, class A says which is taking around 3 to 4 times extra power at the time of starting. Means जब ये मोटर स्टार्ट हो रहा है, ये मोटर जब स्टार्ट हो रहा है, it takes 3 to 4 times extra at the time of starting. Class B, it will take around 4 to 6 times extra at the time of starting, and class C 4 to 8 times extra at the time of starting, 5 to 8 times extra power or full load current at the time of starting. तो मतलब क्या है, when you are starting this motor, this is taking high power at the time of starting. Any motor, it will take high power at the time of starting. Considering this, NEMA has classified the motor into 4 different categories. On the nameplate of the motor, you can see the class A, class B, class C, class D motor. So whichever the kind of motor they are selecting, we need to take that and we need to do the calculation. But generally preference, if you're going with a commercial building, we go with the class C and D. If you're going with class A and class B is used for commercial application, class C and class D is used for the residential application. Okay, class C and class D is used for your residential applications. But mostly preferred is your this one, class A and class B for commercial, because you'll get a more rating, higher HP. Higher HP may will have a lesser power, lesser time current taking capacity. So when you see this, out of which I'm taking class A, which is 4 times extra. So now let us take this 4 times extra and check whether my transformer will able to withstand that high power taken by the motor or not. Okay, so now we need to do the checking of the transformer. Till now we had proposed, we got 1500 kVA. Now we got clarity that we need to do the checking of the transformer. Now when you are doing the checking of the transformer, what is that I told you? We need to check based upon the highest utilized motor. Just a minute. Yeah. So now when you are doing the checking, I need to check based upon the highest utilized motor, that is your purely plumbing motor, that is 120 kilowatt. So for this 120 kilowatt, when I calculated what is the running kVA required, कितना हो गया? 166.66 is the running kVA which required. अभी ये मोटर को चलाने के लिए, to run this motor, the maximum kVA required is 166.66 kVA is required to run this motor. Now this is a running kVA. I named this as an equation 1. Equation 1, that is a running kVA 166.66 kVA. But we know that at the time of starting, motor will consume some extra power. At the time of starting, motor will consume some extra power. So for commercial building, we take class A motor. For commercial building, we take class A motor. So when you're going with a class A motor, what is the drawback? 4 times extra. So for commercial building, we take class A motor, that is 4 times extra at the time of starting. Therefore, what is the starting kVA required to drive the motor? Abhi actual starting kVA is how much now, which require running kVA is how much? 166.66 kVA. That is the running kVA. But we know that the motor will take high power at the time of starting, considering it will take 4 times extra at the time of starting. So 166.66 into 4, that is equal to 777.6 kVA is the maximum kVA required to run the motor. So when we have done the calculations in the first 5 steps, when we have done the calculation, which kVA we have taken? We have taken running kVA, na? We have taken running kVA, 166.66 kVA we have taken. Now what I need to do? I need to remove this running kVA from the main kVA, and I need to add the starting kVA, which is taking 777.6 kVA. Okay, now to know the maximum kVA required by the transformer, what we need to do? kVA is equal to equation A. What is equation A? We got 1454.4 is the maximum kVA, the total kVA आया. अब ये 1454.4 में से we are removing the running kVA. We are removing the running kVA and adding up the starting kVA. So 1454.4 minus 166.6, that is equal to 1287.7 kVA without motor load. But at the time of starting, the motor takes high power at the time of starting. Considering that 1287.8 plus 777.6, that is equal to 2065.4 kVA with motor load. इसका मतलब क्या है? अभी मेरे को जब मैं मोटर चालू हो रहा है, when the motor is switching on, the kVA, the maximum kVA required by all together, the total load is how much? 2065.4 kVA. But this is how much time it will take? Only for the first 3 to 5 minutes, na? Only not 5 minutes. Hardly if you're putting start delta starter लगा रहे, तो it will take 30 seconds. 30 seconds. अगर आप VFD लगा रहे, it will take 10 seconds. Soft starter लगा रहे, it will take maximum of 5 to 6 seconds. Yes or no? You know start delta starter, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So start delta starter के ऊपर timer relay. You know timer relay on the start delta starter. You have a timer relay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ओके, तो स्टार्ट डेल्टा स्टार्टर के ऊपर टाइमर रिले क्यों लगाते हैं? कि मोटर पहले मुझे स्टार कनेक्शन में चालू होना है, आफ्टर अराउंड 30 seconds or 40 seconds it need to convert into delta, right? So the maximum time it will take the high starting current is around 30 to 40 seconds. Even though if you're putting VFD, variable frequency drive लगा रहे, maximum it will take around 10 seconds. Soft starter भी लगाओ, auto transformer भी लगाओ, it depends. So now what we need to do that ये मोटर जो है for first let us take the maximum 3 minutes लेके चलो, 3 minutes लेके चलो कि मैं जब स्विच ऑन कर रहा हूँ मोटर और सारा बिल्डिंग का लोड ऑन है और प्लम्बिंग का लोड ऑन कर रहा हूँ, तो मुझे कितना केवीए चाहिए? 2065.4 is a kVA which is required at the time of starting when you're switching on the motor. But what is you had proposed a transformer? You proposed a transformer is something 1500 kVA. You proposed is 1500 kVA, but your required is 2065.4 kVA. So now proposed transformer size is 1500 kVA, but required at the time of starting the motor is 2065.4 kVA. So my proposed transformer is correct or not? First, I need to know whether it's correct or not. So, but every power source equipments will have a term called सर्विस फैक्टर और ओवरलोड फैक्टर. तो हर ट्रांसफॉर्मर के ऊपर अपन को कभी आपने देखा है मोटर के ऊपर सर्विस फैक्टर और डिमांड फैक्टर रहता है?
यस सर.
ओके, सर्विस और डिमांड फैक्टर और ओवरलोड फैक्टर.
सर सारा लोड तो एक साथ सर ऑन नहीं होगा ना सर, इतना हम कैलकुलेशन क्यों करेंगे सर?
हाँ, बट अपन कभी भी ऐसा नहीं है, बट जब अपन चेक करेंगे तो वेदर इट इज स्विचिंग ऑन और नॉट, बट वी नीड टू चेक बेस्ड अपॉन द टोटल. ओके, अपन सारा लोड तो ऐड किया है, बट जब अपन चेक कर रहे हैं तो आप बोले सर पूरा लोड तो ऐड नहीं होगा, बट इट डजंट मीन दैट वी कांट टेक दैट पैरामीटर इनटू कंसीडरेशन. तो उसी के लिए अपन क्या कर रहे हैं, ओनली एक ही मोटर लिया है ना मैंने. चेकिंग करने के टाइम में ओनली एक ही मोटर लिया है, फायर फाइटिंग का मोटर तो मैंने नहीं लिया है. Okay, so but when you are doing the checking, we need to check whether it is satisfied or not. Service factor. Okay, here you can see SF service factor, which is 1.5. Okay, some transformer will write that as a demand factor, which is 1.2 रहेगा थोड़े उसमें. ओके, थोड़े उसमें 1.5 रहेगा. हियर यहाँ पे देखो सर्विस फैक्टर कितना है, 1.15. ये मोटर है. ओके, सो इट इज 1.15. दिख रहा है एवरीवन?
यस सर.
Okay, some equipments will have 1.2, some equipments will have 1.5, but the maximum will have is a 1.5 will be the value which have maximum. Okay, that is maximum. So if it is 1.2 means 1.2, if it is 1.5 means 1.5, or 1.2 where based upon the demand factor, which lies between 1.1 to 1.5, you'll have it. Now I'm taking that suppose my equipment have 1.5 is a service factor or overload factor. इसका मतलब क्या है? What do you understand by that? What do you understand by that? Okay, now I'll tell you before that a small example. When you are purchasing any transformer, जब आप एक ट्रांसफॉर्मर परचेस करोगे तो अपन उसको टेस्ट करते हैं ना, इंस्टॉलेशन एंड कमीशनिंग करवाते हैं ना. यस और नो? ट्रांसफॉर्मर परचेस करोगे तो डायरेक्टली आप ही इंस्टॉल नहीं करोगे. कंपनी पीपल they'll bring the transformer, they'll do certain installation and commissioning test. Installation and commissioning
Yes, sir,
test होने के बाद में बोलो. अरे
हाँ सर, टेस्ट होता है सर,
हाँ,
चार्जिंग करने को पड़ता है.
या कंपनी वाले आते हैं, वो लोग ही पहले इंस्टॉलेशन कमीशनिंग टेस्ट करते हैं, जिसमें अपन 3 टेस्ट करते हैं. एक हो गया नो लोड टेस्ट, एक हो गया फुल लोड टेस्ट, एक हो गया स्विनबर्ड टेस्ट. ये सर नो? पहले नो लोड टेस्ट का मतलब क्या है? They'll give the input supply, they'll not connect anything on the secondary terminal, and they'll check whether any short circuit or whether any leakage of current to the body, okay, coil to coil, insulation resistance, everything they'll check it up, and if it is accepted, it's okay. No load test is clear. What is full load test? Full load test का मतलब क्या है? एक 100 kVA ट्रांसफॉर्मर है, 100 kVA ट्रांसफॉर्मर है, तो अगर पावर फैक्टर कभी भी अपन यूनिटी पावर फैक्टर लोड डालना है, 100 kVA ट्रांसफॉर्मर अगर यूनिटी पावर फैक्टर है तो कितना लोड चाहिए? 100 किलोवाट. तो अपन सेकेंडरी में क्या करना है? 100 किलोवाट लोड डालना है. 100 किलोवाट लोड डालने के बाद में चेक करना है कि मेरा ट्रांसफॉर्मर विस्टैंड हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है. ओके, so that is called full load test, and it has to be done based upon the resistive load, not inductive load. ओके, जब अपन चेक कर रहे हैं तो अपन रेसिस्टिव लोड डाल के ट्रांसफॉर्मर को चेकिंग करना है. 100 kVA ट्रांसफॉर्मर को अपन 100 किलोवाट डाल के चेक करते हैं. साथ ही साथ दैट इज फुल लोड टेस्ट हो गया, क्लियरेंस हो गया. overload test. और overload test का मतलब क्या है? We need to add some 10% or 20% or 30% or 40 or 50% based upon the service factor which has been given. Here the service factor is given as in 1.5. इसका मतलब क्या है? We need to add 50% extra or extra overload than compared to the existing load. Overload withstanding capacity means 50% extra load which we need to add up. Okay, so but every power source equipment will have a term called service factor or overload factor of 1.5, which means that it has a 50% extra overload withstanding capacity. So considering the overload factor is 50% more, we have to check our proposal, that is 1500 into 1.5, that is equal to 2250. तो इसका मतलब क्या है? 1500 kVA का ट्रांसफॉर्मर जो है पहले 3 मिनट के लिए, and it will not give 1.5 for the continuously, only for 3 to 5 minutes only this transformer will give 50% extra overload withstanding capacity. तो अगर 1500 into 1.5 when you multiply, you got 2250. So now compare equation B with equation C. Equation B with equation C. What is equation B? 20654 is a load जो extra लेके मोटर का extra लेके क्या केवे चाहिए? 2065.4. अभी ये ट्रांसफॉर्मर कितना विस्टैंड कर रहा है? 50% एक्स्ट्रा ओवरलोड विस्टैंडिंग कैपेसिटी लोगे तो भी 2250. इसका मतलब क्या है? और ये कितने मिनट के लिए ले रहा है? फर्स्ट 3 minutes only. 3 minutes is very huge, and this transformer is also going to withstand 50% extra overload for 5 to 10 minutes. So 2250 is more than your 2065.4. इसका मतलब क्या है? 1500 kVA ट्रांसफॉर्मर इज satisfied because 1500 kVA का ट्रांसफॉर्मर है. 50% एक्स्ट्रा ओवरलोड लोगे तो कितना विस्टैंड कर रहा है? 1500 का केवीए रहे तो इट कैन विस्टैंड अप टू 2250. तो अगर आपका मोटर स्टार्टिंग के टाइम में अधिक गुना भी लोगा तो उसका 2065.4 के हिसाब से लेके चलोगे तो ये प्रपोज ट्रांसफॉर्मर सैटिस्फाइड. बट इवन आफ्टर मल्टीप्लाइंग विद 1.5, इफ माय प्रपोज ट्रांसफॉर्मर फेल्स, then we need to change the transformer size with the next availability size, and then we need to repropose again, and we need to check the transformer size. So अगर क्या बोल रहा है? If it is not satisfied, 2250 it is not satisfied, तो अपन को क्या करना है? We need to change the next availability size of the transformer. So 2250 1500 के बाद में next availability क्या है? 2000. So we need to check with 2000 and what is the size availability, then we need to check that. Am I clear here?
Yes,
यस
sir.
सर. सर अगर वीएफडी लगा रहा तो ये एक्स्ट्रा कैलकुलेशन करना है क्या मोटर्स के लिए?
100% करना है.
वीएफडी लगा रहा तो भी
VFD लगाए तो भी 10 seconds it will take the maximum current ना.
सेम लाइक
Why we are putting a VFD and starters is only to reduce the starting current, but any cost for first 3 to 5 minutes or 5 seconds or 10 seconds it will take any cost, right? It's a safety where initially only we are doing that.
ओके.
Okay, guys, small disruption because my power cut is there, so I can't go with the next topic because my UPS is also getting dead. So we'll go with the generator and UPS calculation tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Good night, sir.
So complete your total task, guys, whichever is pending.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Done. Thank you.
Oh, sir.